I want to talk about this test you took, the personality and temperament test, okay? And the first thing you need to know is, of course, that it divides you into either extroverts or introverts. And the idea about extroverts versus introverts is, are you energized by the external world? So an extroverted personality, yes, they could be talkative, and yes, they may be loud and verbose, but that's not really what we're looking for. An extroverted personality, when they go home, they kind of go home to recharge, get something to eat, get organized, and they're out. Now that's a heavy-duty, high-scoring extrovert. The introverted personality, they go home, they recharge, they relax. They're not really worried about what's going on down the block, if the Bucks game's at the stadium, or if there's a powerboat race going on in Sarasota. They'll look at TV, they'll read it in the newspaper, but they really don't have to be there. Now those are the two extremes of that. And studies have shown across our population, we tend to be 50-50. This particular test, the Myers-Briggs, has been given to billions of people. It's given to everybody, all active duty military people, reservists. It's common in terms of organizations where you work because it helps us learn about each other. So if the 10 of you in this room, half of you are extroverts and half of you are introverts. The extroverts, we get in this room, the doors are closed, you're waiting for me to arrive. The extroverts are chit-chat, 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 tackety-yackety-yackety-yak, because they're energized. There's people here, let's talk. Whereas the introverts might be sitting still, more observational, and they're kind of getting annoyed that the extroverts won't shut up about the Bucks game they saw last week. Got that? So those are the two dominant ways that we divide this. Then we go to another score that's relevant, and it has to do with, do you tend to be a judgmental person, that's a J, or a perceptual person, which is a P. Now let me tell you, the best way I can explain that to you is the judgmental person, the J, tends to be more opinionated. As they go through life observing, remember extroverts, they're observing, they're getting involved, they have a need to develop an opinion, to draw conclusions, to frame world in the way they define world. And so my extroverted J's are very quick to observe those around them and have no problems developing an opinion quickly. Got that? But my P's are more the observers. You know, the best way I can think about this is I had a friend that loved to travel. And as he traveled the world, they went to Greece, and they went to Italy, and they went to South America. And when they came back, I said, how did you enjoy your trip? And they told me what they observed. They said, you know, the French people were this way, and the Greek people were this way, and I saw the Eiffel Tower, and I saw the Colosseum in Italy, and I went down to South America. And they tell me all that they observed. But they don't talk about, well, man, those people are rude, and my God, those people are ridiculous. And they didn't feel that need to draw conclusions and to summarize. They just observe, they watch. It's interesting, National Geographic, you ever see that? Where they've got the camera set up and an observer, and they're watching the lions eat an innocent little deer, and they're just watching this animal struggle as he's eaten alive, just observing. And then when you say, well, what's your opinion about that? No, I'm just a scientist. I'm here to observe. I'm not here to draw deductions and conclusions. I'm here just to write reports. You see where I'm going with that? So when a supervisor tends to be an observer versus a director, what a different place it is. As you walk in the store, they see you coming. He's already got things to you to do. Got that? Think about your home life. Think about if you work or live, if you live your home life, you're living with somebody that's a heavy-duty J. Scheduled, organized, punctual, methodical, that's my J. Making decisions, drawing conclusions, setting goals. You walk in the door and there they are. Well, how was work today? And then you try to tell them, but you're not giving them enough facts. They want facts. I want facts. Tell me the facts. Were you productive? Did you make money? Who did you talk to? What did you see? What did you wear? Did you talk to your boss? Okay, I got it. And so there I am. You start to realize my partner is a J, and that's all they want me to do is spiel out data. But then what if your partner's more of a perceiver? They don't need that. How was your day? You know, pretty good. Easy, laid back. I just enjoyed myself. You know, really, I didn't do anything different from any other day. And for that perceptual personality, that might be just enough. Got that? Understand when it comes to men, I only get 2 in 10 that tend to have high perceptual scores. For the most part, my men tend to be judgmental, opinionated, draw conclusions, set facts over feelings. Got that? Facts over feelings. So when the Christmas holidays come, they're worried about the budget and how much we're spending. And the other partner is saying, oh, wait, hold on. It's not about how much we spend. It's about how happy we make people. Got that? The other score you should be interested in. Because if you're judgmental, the way that we draw opinions in the world around you, what faculties do you use to make that work for you? Do you tend to observe the world around you from a fact-based perspective or a feelings-based perspective? So now you're at the Bucks game. That's our wonderful team that is not doing really good right now, because when you look at the facts, gosh, they had a losing team. They're not doing good. They've had quarterbacks and changes in linemen. Those are the facts, right? And so when you go to the game, you're bringing all that information and you're looking for these people to play according to what they were promised, because it's a new season. You know, and you looked at the statistics about how this guy did last year when he played for a different team, facts-based, okay? But then we have the person waving a flag and screaming, go, Bucks, go! Go, Bucks, go! And you're looking at him, are you out of your mind? That's the worst quarterback in NFL history. This is the worst team. And then, I don't care, I love my Bucks. Go, Bucks, go. They're filled with emotion. They're filled with the idea that it's a happy place. But sometimes when you draw too much energy from your emotions to make decisions, well, that could be problematic if you're buying a car. Because there you are at the car lot, and there's this wonderful automobile. It's gray, or white, or black. It's got great fuel economy, okay? The wheels are good and healthy. The engine, according to the Nader reports, lasts well. It's got a 100,000 mile warranty. Facts, buying a car. But your partner, you know, they're emotions based. But it's not red, sweetheart. And it's not a convertible. You know I want a convertible. The facts person, convertible, why? So they can take a knife and cut it open and steal everything. You can't lock a convertible. I just have to have a convertible. Look at this beautiful car over here, and it's a Miata, you know, or it's some other sporty little thing that they can identify, and they can picture themselves driving down the street with their hair in the breeze, and it's winter. Emotions based. When you go shopping, especially for Christmas, haven't you noticed that one of you is about style and pleasing the partner? And money is no object, and the other one's like, wait, we got 7 people, we got $200, and 7 into 200 is this. You see how this balances out? My issue is that typically when people come to heads like this and argue, it's my extrovert judgmentals that are facts-based, and they're tending to overrun, if you will, my introvert partner that's feelings-based. So my quiet partner isn't speaking up, right? And my extroverted outgoing partner won't shut up. My introverted person that tends to be more peaceful within themselves and not have that need to make a stand, not have that need to say, this is what I want, find themselves being overrun. But then it happens, because one day things go south, because there is my extroverted, opinionated, facts-based partner that's used to being in control and making decisions and telling everybody about what they did and what they don't like and what they do like. And all of a sudden, my quiet, self-contained, introverted, that's what we're calling them, self-contained, quiet-spoken, keeps to themselves personality, is absolutely raged. It's like, oh my God, the demon child came out. And this quiet person that's unassuming and pleasant and always smiling, getting along, is all of a sudden Cujo. Holy God! Whoa, what happened? Because this is the dynamics of involvement when we talk about relational personalities. See that quiet person? They stayed quiet. They didn't push their opinion. They let it ride. And as the days accumulate to weeks, and as the weeks accumulate to months, that internal suppressed anger is building up. Because what about me? What about my ideas? Nobody's validating me. But because of the personality differences, my extroverted, opinionated, my E, extroverted, J, extroverted judgmental thinker, really is clueless that my partner's like Mount Vesuvius and about to blow. Because eventually the pressure builds up and that introvert shifts to the extrovert. They shift from being a sensitive feeling person to a you don't do this and you never do that. They shifted to your style. They shifted from a feeler to a thinker. They shifted from an introvert to an extrovert. They shifted from a perceptual, which is a world travel, just experiencing and watching the world around them, to now I want you to know what I think. You get it? That's what's important about personality and temperament. We shift. You see? And if you learn from this little test how to shift, do you follow that? If you realize you're too strong, you realize you're too opinionated, and you really love your partner, and you feel that need, and you understand this thing called temperament, and you back off. And you start to have to encourage the person to step out. You ask questions about, well, you know, what do you think about this? When at times you see that they're not speaking up. Honey, I think this is what I believe is the right answer, but you know, I notice that you're quiet on this. You wanna tell me a little bit about what you feel? And for you guys that love to put everything on the table and get immediate gratification, you know what I'm talking about, right? When I go home and the kids are out of control, I just want to have a family meeting and fix it now, right? When the budget's screwed up and I found out that I got an NSF check going or some bills, I want to have a family meeting and we're going to come up with a decision and we're going to fix it right now. See, that's my extrovert judgmental thinkers. They want harmony instantaneously by solving the problem now. That's what they love. And when problems aren't solved right away, they get frustrated. They don't understand. They talk about the world's full of idiots. Everybody around me is an idiot. You know? Everybody. You know, they're all dumb. And they start to speak like that because they really think because things aren't done right away that it must be that these people are totally irresponsible, mindless, robotic imbeciles. But yet a lot of times what you find is the impatience that's developing with my extroverted personalities is because they don't realize that other personality, that one that we're trying to talk about now, which is the quiet person that tends to be sensitive, tends to want to get along. They just don't feel that need to do this. Headbutt. They don't feel that need. And sometimes, if you will, it makes their stomach turn to knots. If you have a partner that's quiet, that's loving and caring, then you might find that they sort of back out on purpose because you're very powerful, and from their standpoint, maybe it just doesn't matter to me. The problem is, it does matter. After a while, as time passes, remember that idea of building pressure, building pressure, building pressure, then the personality shift comes, and now, oh my God, you were a kitten yesterday, and today you're a mountain lion that's trying to eat me because all that pressure came out. So ways to not allow that to happen is to ask questions, to get out on the table, but also this is a tool I use because I am an extrovert judgmental thinker. I am. One of the tools I use is, of course, to tell my partner when there is a problem, I'm not really happy about this, and it's been going on for a while. Now today's Saturday, because you know it's a Saturday group, and I'll say, I'll tell you what, Sunday night, 7 o'clock, is that a good time for you and I to sit down and discuss this? Now, for you extrovert judgmentals, for you guys that are problem solvers and like to put things on the table and get it resolved immediately, you're going to find this bizarre. Because I had to do this, and I had to try it. And my first thought is, what a waste of time. But you know what I found? It works. Because when you give that other personality a chance to step back, organize their thoughts, see, they're not imbeciles at all. You got to give them time to think. A lot of time we don't realize when they're looking at you like this, they're processing information. They're not looking at you because there's nothing inside, but you put them on the spot and they're not ready to speak. Remember, extroverts, speak first, think later. You extroverts, you know what that's about, right? Have you ever been in that position where you said to yourself as you're yakking, oh, I can't believe I said that. Oh my God, right? Speak first, think later. Introverts, think first, speak later. And when you bring those two together by giving an element of time and appointment, relationships really improve. I want you to think about this. It works. It really does work. Look at your scores, understand them, understand that you can do any of these personality and temperaments, but it takes intentions. It takes decisions. I can choose not to be a big mouth. I can walk in this class like a student and yourselves, just sit there and choose not to talk. I can give the presentation of being quiet because it's beneficial, because it works better. And what you're going to find is that if you're in sales, there's times that you need to be up front, outspoken, greet people, say hi, hello, how are you? Then there's times you got to sit back and let that person talk. Because what happens, of course, if you try to pressure too much, you disengage the person and they don't want nothing to do with you because you're considered a high pressure salesman that really doesn't give a crap about the quality of the product. You just want to make the sale. So you're always making these ideas. When we look at personality and temperament, there is a drift to certain careers based on who you are. E personalities with that J, the judgmental extroverts, they tend to do good in business. EJs, good business owners. Why? Make decisions, draw decisions. Up, you're late again. Yep, I'm sorry. Look, this is your 4th time. You're fired, man. I can't make a profit with you always being late. I can't depend on you. Oh, but you got to do that. I don't want to hear it. You're confusing me. This is a ministry. This is a business. You get it? So it's quite possible that certain extrovert judgmentals are better business leaders, better at accomplishing goals, right? Well, remember I'm talking about that T, the thinker? I collect facts, not feelings. What if you're an extrovert person that's got a high feeling score? Okay, you might be a good counselor, ministry. Do you follow that? There's school teachers. I care enough about how my kids are doing grade-wise, but also show empathy to the kids to encourage them to do better. You see how that works? What we find is that certain personalities, the introverted personalities, the judgmental people, okay, sometimes they do good when they work alone. They enjoy working alone. Working in the back office as an accountant. Where an extrovert couldn't take it. He'd self-destruct. There's not enough people around me. They wouldn't do it. Okay? A scientist, laboratories, working in something where I have to do my job, but I'm not really that involved with other people. Okay? There are personality temperaments. Do yourself a favor. Take your 4-lettered score, ESTJ if you will, type it in the computer. Google, Firefox, doesn't matter. And you'll be stunned at the number of hits you get because this is so often used across all business careers and social strata. You get lots and lots of information on it. Okay, I hope this has helped you. Go to my website, also interventionthink.com, and I have some videos on extroverts and introverts. All right?